Welcome, brothers. Today we're going to talk about how to stop being needy while dating. You know, it's difficult to get back to dating after you've started the reboot process, and most men are still emotionally immature in the early stages of their reboot and still kind of learning how to gain their independence emotionally. Today I have some tips for men who find themselves feeling needy or dependent on the women that they're dating. So we're going to cover a few things. We're going to talk a little bit about a concept called outcome independence. We're going to talk about having an abundance mindset, how to define casual dating for yourself, and how to make sure that you don't neglect other areas of your life in this process. I'm JK Emezi, head coach and founder of Elevated Recovery and the Porn Reboot System. We help high achieving, high performing entrepreneurs, business owners, leaders, and professionals control the out of control behavior with pornography and masturbation discreetly within 90 days. Today I'm going to share a question from a brother in one of our groups. Hi JK, I recently started casually dating again. There's a girl I've been seeing once a month for about 4 months now. We've been physically intimate up to third base. On our last date, I made a move to go further, but she was visibly exhausted, said she wasn't in the mood, and wanted to go home. At this point, I felt mentally flustered because I had fantasized about what would happen, but it played out differently in reality. I noticed that I've been emotionally overinvested and needy of her time and companionship. I know it's normal to care about someone you're intimate with, but sometimes it can become overbearing. She's also the only girl I've been intimate with so far, but I'm working on meeting new women. I'm sure that has something to do with my attachment to her too. How can I detach myself emotionally from these experiences? So there are three traits that I know will help this brother with his struggles. Some of you may be able to relate to him. If this is something that you're dealing with, adopting these three traits will make your dating experience smoother. The first is outcome independence. Now, there's something I call outcome independence that I believe is a very necessary skill. It's important not only in your dating life, but actually in every area of your life. It simply means that you aren't overly invested in how any given situation in your life turns out. Basically, you don't give a shit. Outcome independence is based on a very stoic mindset, but it applies to everyone whether they adhere to stoicism as a path in their life or not. Now, on the other hand, when you are dependent on the outcome, which is outcome dependent, it means that your entire emotional state depends on a very specific outcome that you expect to play out in a certain way. And this mindset is very detrimental to your reboot because allowing your emotions to hinge on situations which are outside of your control really puts you at greater risk for a relapse. In terms of dating, outcome independence looks like not caring whether you and the girl that you're dating have sex whenever she comes over, if you guys are hanging out. If she's down for it, that's great. But if she changes her mind and she isn't in the mood, it truly doesn't make a difference to you. I want to take a moment and talk about men who are in committed relationships because this applies to marriage as well. You know, intimacy has a tendency to slow down after spending a few years with your wife. And many men get upset when the sex becomes infrequent or they become very frustrated or angry over it. When you're outcome independent, though, you choose to continue to live your life despite your sex life with your wife. She's much more likely to be interested in an independent man who continues doing his own thing without groveling for her affection. I've seen far too many men pout, make it a big deal, sometimes give their wife an ultimatum. Honestly, I think it's very important to, and I'll go into this in detail in our dating reboot course. I think it's actually more important to remain being an attractive man, take care of yourself, your body, your looks, your skin, the way you dress, and also to not react whenever your partner is unable to or unwilling to have sex. In most cases, there's usually something that's going on. And again, that's a huge topic, not something we're going to cover in this particular video. The next thing we're going to talk about is abundance mindset. Now, the brother who asked this question also mentioned that this girl is the only one he's seeing at the moment. Now, men who are casually dating but only seeing one woman at a time tend to fall into what I call a scarcity mindset trap because they view the girl that they're dating as their one and only option, which really increases their dependence on her. Again, I'm talking about men who are casually dating. Your mindset heavily influences your attachment to the woman that you're casually dating. So you need to also develop an abundance mindset in addition to outcome independence. This doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have sex with a ton of women, so please don't go translating it into that. However, you should probably talk with multiple women at the same time who are open to being intimate with you. So you should be texting them, you should be going on dates whenever you get the opportunity. And when you do that, you put yourself in the right mindset and you realize that this woman isn't the only option you have. Talking to multiple women also gives you a chance to reach out to someone else if the person that you're seeing at that moment isn't in the mood to be intimate. When you know that you have another girl or two who may be interested in you, it completely changes your frame. So having an abundance mindset basically relieves these feelings of dependence and neediness that are very common when men are dating only one woman casually. The next thing this brother needs to do is he needs to define casual dating, right? So this is determine what casual dating means to you. Casual dating doesn't mean the same thing to everyone. So it seems like it's a set state, but different people actually have different ideas of what it consists of. So ask yourself, are you primarily interested in casual dating, or is this actually just casual sex, right? How often do you want to see her? What should your time together consist of? Get clear of what casual dating means to you and be upfront about what you want and what you don't want. Too many guys get into this place where they give the woman the illusion that they probably wants to date seriously. No, you don't have to do that. Both of you know what's up, right? You'll often find yourself feeling resentful and frustrated if you don't set your expectations. So if you set the frame of maybe we're going to date seriously at some point, I guarantee you at some point when you're hanging out with this woman, the sex is going to drop off because she's not going to want to just come over and have sex like a fuck buddy. She's going to want a little bit more substance. She's going to want to go on a date. She's going to expect more things. So that's why it's important for you to define it for yourself. When you define it for yourself, understand that you're also going to lose out on some women because some women are going to get to a point where they ask you where this is going. They want to find out if you're serious about this. And if you're not, you can be very honest about where you stand. And that naturally means that that woman you're casually dating is probably going to, if she's casually dating other guys, she's probably going to start paying more attention to the men who want to date her seriously. The final aspect of this is to not neglect other areas of your life, especially other areas of your reboot capital. You know, when you start dating, please don't cut back on other parts of your life. So you do need to maintain your existing hobbies and activities, even some friendships, while finding spare time to spend with women that you choose, or better still, scheduling your dating life. If you neglect these other areas and you pour yourself completely into dating, you're not going to have anything else to fall back on when even a date that you're supposed to go on doesn't work out. This is how you end up watching pornography. You know, she flakes on you, you have nothing else going on in your life, and so you watch porn. You need to maintain what has worked for you, whether it's your gym routine, time with your buddies, any other independent hobbies you have while you're dating. No woman should take over your life completely. You still need things that interest you apart from her. A lot of times, one of the reasons that she got with you in the first place, so she's hanging out with you, is because you have these things, because you're an interesting guy. And finally, reach out for support, right? So leaning on your brothers in the Porn Reboot program for support is critical when you first start dating as a rebooting man. There are thousands of men who will understand what you're going through, and they likely have suggestions to handle situations as they arise. The more men that you have around to support you, the easier it's going to be to avoid these feelings of neediness. Most men in the Porn Reboot group actually know what it's like to depend too heavily on one woman, especially those who are single and go into the dating process. A lot of it is based on nice guy syndrome, and so sharing your experiences and hearing the experiences of others lets you know that you're not alone. And I've often said that the combined experience of the group, all the men and their different experiences, when they give you feedback, it is far more superior to anything that I could give you on my own. Many years ago, it was just me helping men out. Now we have thousands of men available with varying levels of experience. All of them have one thing in common. All of them are using the same system to control their out of control behavior. So it is a wonderful place for you to learn how to stop being needy with women. And whenever you're ready, there are a couple of ways I can help you. The first way is to join our free Facebook group. There's a link to it in the description below this video. I want to say this. We reject hundreds of people every single week who just want to join the group. The reason why is many of them do not have a legitimate profile and they do not fill out the answers to the questions that we ask. Please, you need to fill it out in detail. If you have a fake profile, we're no longer allowing you into the group. We actually want real people who are willing to open up and join the group. Just so you know, if you join the group, nobody else in your friends list is going to know that you're a part of the group. When you post in the group, don't worry about it. It's a private group, so there's absolutely no setting that's going to broadcast whatever you posted or asked or shared outside the group. We also have a course that's available now called the Rewire Your Desire course, which is a wonderful course that's going to help you change your habits. And we also have the upcoming Dating Reboot program, which is specifically designed for men who are ending their out of control behavior with pornography and masturbation, who want to stop being needy with women, who want to learn how to stop objectifying women, and who want to get their dating life together in today's world. Things have changed a lot over the past decade when it comes to dating. And whether you want to end up in a serious, long-term committed relationship, whether you want to casually date one woman and then date another one, being casually dating monogamously, or whether you want to have a rotation of different women, attractive women that you have access to in terms of intimacy, while working on different areas of your life as a priority, we can help you get there. There are links to all of these in the description below this video.